Good evening, everybody. Guys, this little itty bitty room has served us well, but we're getting ready within the next few weeks to say bye to it forever and turn this into. I don't know what we're going to turn it into. It'll probably just be empty. But let's go over what I finished last night after the stream went off, and we've got some work to do today. So let's do it. Alright. So, as you know, last night I ended up, I just needed to get this wool farm done. That's just what my goal was, just to get it all finished. So, you guys look around. Check this out. Okay, so the carpet's not here yet, but look at this. All 16 colors of sheep is now represented, 4 of each color. We got some automatic shears. We've got stuff dropping in minecarts. We've got lights flashing. Look at this, and there's no more sheep out here to get loose and annoy me. There's 2 Endermen out here though, so that's an issue. That's an issue. No, I freaking don't have carpet over there yet, so of course they're going to spawn there. So I'm pretty excited, pretty happy. That's actually going to help all of us on the server. I've got some more decorating and stuff to do over here. Maybe closing in these back spots. Actually, I may just leave them open. I don't know. Putting the carpet down everywhere, and then maybe figuring out something to do with this area here. Maybe put a sheep habitat in here. Kind of like what I did with the bee farm, but it won't serve any purpose but to just have sheep in it, basically. So, and it'll be easy to get the sheep if something happens here or I need to add more. So, okay, so let's head down. Oh, one other thing I did. Check this out. Look at this. No more staircase here. But there's also no carpet. You know, I don't like the looks of that. Hold on a second. There we go. See, I can deal with that there. For whatever reason, I'm not going to be able to deal with it here. I need to get better at placing blocks. But look at that. Look at that. Staircase is gone. Dude, guys, we are coming along. I mean, just thinking of what this place looked like a month ago. You know, go back and look at some of my, some of my older VODs was before I got affiliate. So you'd have to go to YouTube to watch them, but you could just see, the changes here. It's amazing. This all used to be just hills and freaking trees and a big cave in the ground, and we reclaimed it. We got copper oxidizing in here. That's great. Hit our stairwell coming down, so I hollowed out a little bit of this today. I took some sponges and we cleared out some water here, and you'll see that these are underneath a couple of these exit points here, which was the intent. So we cleared out some water, dug out, and I've got some so I took some deep slate, built the walls, covered the top with some black wool. I thought about doing black concrete, but I kind of want to save that for later. Black dye is kind of rough to come by, and we don't have a squid farm right now. And so what I did is I kind of just I just put some sculk down here, because trust me, this is going to look pretty freaking cool. I did a prototype in the last world we were in, and then I threw this up over here to help disguise the deep slate. You're not actually going to be able to see much of this room. Now, looking at it from the top, I think it looks pretty good. I like the way that Skulk looks, like, from a distance. Like, it's just cool. Like, I really like the way it looks. Like, I love going in an ancient city. Okay, so I do like going to ancient cities just in general. So here's the idea, okay? So, these chests, they're suspended from the ceiling. That's where our wool is coming from, our wool farm. See if I can reach this guy. See, we got some coming in right there. So the ideal here is we need to get this wool all the way over, you see this area over here? To this area right here. So these two golems here take care of our wool distribution. Alright? This is the wool that's in each one of these. So we got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 wool. That's not necessarily the order they're in. That's just this golem has these pieces of wool. This golem has these pieces of wool. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to use a series of copper golems and some water streams to separate these, and also to slow down the process, because we want it to be slow. We want it to be slow. We want it to be slow. So no redstone. None. Okay? So we want this to be slow. Why do we want it to be slow? Because what'll happen is, so let's take a look like this right here. This is our kelp, honey, and cactus farm. So we got this going straight into this chest here. So he's getting stuff from this farm right here, plus stuff from this guy right here. Okay? And let's give this guy a smack so he gets to work. Man, he was stopped there with a piece of kelp in his hand. What the frick? Okay, so anyway. So, and like this guy right here, he gets everything from over here. This is just a kelp farm, just going straight in there. So he's constantly having stuff to do, right? Because the bee farm's going to be producing. All this stuff's going to be producing. He's going to be able to grab that stuff and put it away. Now, when I load, like, let's say I get my... Oh my good lord. Alright, fellas, come here. So we'll talk a little bit. So when I get my shulker unloader, you know what? I really don't want to mess with them. I saw a creeper out there. I don't want him coming in here and wrecking my stuff. So, as I was saying, so we don't want to load up 2 golems right in a row. Actually, it'll be 3 golems in a row if you think about it. Now, if this guy's doing his job and he's taking care of, because the cactus farm and kelp farm doesn't produce that much. And I've got this little overflow thing here. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting a switch onto this right here to lock this hopper right here. So why would I do that? Well, when we got things going through the system and it needs to pass by, I want this locked because I don't want anything going down in here to prevent him, because what's going to happen is they always take the first thing out. So like if he was to drop something, like, let me show you. So let's say this fella drops something in this chest right here and it passes over to him. He's going to pick up that first thing. So he's always going to keep this in here. Now that may not make a big difference. And yeah, we could put double chest in here and turn it to the side so it's probably can hold some more, and that may be where I go in the future. Or we could actually just put a double chest right here, and all these guys can then, all of that can then hold more, which is probably, like I said, in the future it's probably something we're gonna do. Man, art. So I know what the issue is. I know why these guys don't want to work. There's a couple different explanations for it. The biggest one right now is the fact that if you go out of simulation distance, like if I go out of simulation, let's say the simulation distance is real low. So if I walk over here and that one at the very end walks out of simulation distance, when I go back, there may be a chance that he remains idle. The other thing is these half slabs right here that I have to keep the golems from getting out. There's a glitch that may make them stop. Could I take that out and then put it up? Yes, I could, but it's still a problem. And then what I tried earlier is I did a little experiment over there. I surrounded it, but I used glass. What he did is he hopped up on this and he kept trying to get over here through the glass because he could see it. He just couldn't get to it. We got these guys clanking away down here, and we're just gonna make sure. Now that I noticed the two of them weren't working, we gotta look at that. Get to work, buddy. You're even see that was one that went out of distance. He's working, but see, it doesn't seem to affect all of them, just a couple. And yeah, nothing seems to be. That guy's working. And one thing I did add in, because I do have so much stuff coming this way, I put a barrel up there where those two lines meet. In case that line gets backed up. I don't want it backed all the way up into here, because once that line gets backed up, it starts like missing stuff, and we don't want it to miss anything. So, I told you all that to tell you this. So my plan is for just a game of like pass the baton, right? So I experimented with some stuff in the last world. So I can build a little maze right here, right? So we're gonna use some probably just gonna use black wool. Man, I'm using black wool for way too much, though. So let's say we're using black wool. I don't know what I'm going to use, but I would say black stone, but geez, that's kind of hard to come by, too. So what we'll do is we're basically just going to put a series of copper golems in, and each one of them will take care of a chest. Now, these chests do have multiple things in them, but that's not going to matter, because they're going to walk so far that by the time they put the stuff in the chest, it's going to be gone anyway. So I was thinking maybe 3 copper golems per. That way we don't put too many entities out on the map. And this is a pretty big area right here. But, you know, we get these guys, they're going to pass it off. And eventually, all of them will converge. Because I've got them coming all the way up here. So basically, like this area right here, this entire, so my base divided into quarters. You see this wood stripe right here? This is the back quarter. I did this intentionally. This quarter is nothing but wool. So what we want to do is we want all this stuff to converge eventually, probably around here somewhere, maybe even further up. We'll see. But I got plenty of room, so I'm not concerned about that. But look how far down these guys. These guys are at like level 60 down here, I think. Maybe 61. Nope, they're at level 60. Now that's going to create some issues. But we are getting really good at water tubes, right? Water tubes. Woo! Okay. So the ideal is we're going to run a water tube. And we're going to run it up. And we're going to run it across the ceiling. And this, okay, this is actually we're actually going to be able to see them rising in the tube. So we're going to have a tube just go up, and I'm going to decorate it. It'll come across here, and there'll be multiple tubes. So one tube will deposit into this chest. Nope, that's wrong. This chest right here. But I have these hoppers right here. That will cause an issue, but I'll just have to drop it right here because our ceiling will come down one. I'm not too concerned about the ceiling back here in this area because a lot of this is going to be just maintenance hallway kind of stuff, and we're gonna make sure it's wide enough. I think I'm gonna make it 3 wide, so I have plenty of room back here. I can put some chests, like put some things in there for the like replacement copper golems, things like that, an axe to scrape them off if I need to, or you know, to kill them with. So so what we've done is we borrowed some sponges from some of our server mates today, and I just drained this part here, and this is as far out as we're going to go, so we will not go any further out in this base down here. So all of this stuff will probably remain like this, maybe, at least for now. This is the end of this, and this is all storage system stuff. I don't even know. I mean, I'm probably going to build a wall back here, honestly. But I don't know if I'm going to do much other than that. It's not even going to be decorative. It's basically just to keep mobs out, so I can light the inside without affecting out here too much. So it's going to keep mobs from spawning in here. And the cool thing is when we walk over this, we're going to see our golems just like doing some work. So we're going to keep our golems down low. We're going to have a couple of... We're going to need a lot of hoppers. And so what we're going to do is this section right here, this is going to be our guinea pig section. So let's get some supplies together first. Alright, so we need some golems, right? I had a few over here, but we're probably going to need quite a bit more. Oh, I'll put them over here. Okay. Yeah, we're probably going to need quite a bit more golems. Let's see, I have 3. I'm gonna need all these. I'll need all these. I don't need anything else out of there. What was in here? That will be needed. Alright, we need to make some more golems. So we need to make some more golems, which will in turn make some more chests too. So now these things are already waxed, so basically you just have to go through and unwax them all. Let's just start with 10. I could have swore I had... Okay, there it is. Remember just to whack them once, because you hit them more than once, it'll take a little longer for the golem to oxidize, and you'll be chasing the golem around your build until he oxidizes. Alright, so let's just start making our golems, and they should freeze up pretty quick. See, we already got there, already freezing up, and so we're just gonna leave these guys here. We'll put their friends over here too, so they know what's gonna happen to them. Set. Okay. Let's drop these over here. Oops, not this. We're also going to need black glass, and I don't think there's either black glass or tinted glass, and I think black glass is the way to go. There's no reason for me to keep the light out of it, so... I wish there was a combo of materials we could use. I mean, I guess I could just use Skulk, right? Because as silly as it sounds, Skulk is easier for me to get than the other. So we could do the like the lower parts and skulk. Let's just see what that looks like. Right, like I said, we're just kind of, and then we'll do the top parts in like black wool. We don't have all the materials yet. I know better than this. I know better than to hop into a project before everything's ready. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Every bit of this. We're going to carry this over to where we're working, so I don't have to keep running back and forth. We're going to need glass, and we're going to need hoppers. I don't know how many hoppers I have down here. Probably not any. And I have one hopper. Yep, that's not going to cut it, so we're going to need some more hoppers. Now there's some black stained glass. We'll take that with us. Did I see any iron in here? I did not, and I dropped all my iron in here earlier today from where I finished that up there. So where is our... Okay, here's our iron. And we'll just take all of that, and we'll take this too. I'm running low on iron again. Our treasure chests are all up top, so let's go up top and grab those. I'm still not used to having a stairwell for this, so... You know what we could do is we could utilize this area behind the wall here. And we can move this over one. I don't know, that seems like a lot of work. I don't like going back and redoing work. So I think this is our redstone chest here. I'll give that. There's a bunch, and we're actually just going to go ahead and take these iron chests too. There's nothing in here that I need right now. Probably these end rods, but we'll see about that. So let's make a whole bunch of hoppers. 22 sounds like a good number. Okay, 23 hoppers should get us at least this first part done. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't have as much of that as I thought I did, so let's make a couple stacks of it. I think tinted glass will look better, but practicality, and it's not like we're just going to be walking over it all the time to look at it. I mean, that's just it's just going to be like a, you know, hey, check this out. You can walk over here. This is going to be cool. Yeah. All right, where is our? Okay, we have quite a bit of black dye. We may be able to do some things. I need to put a crafting table in there somewhere. Let's see. Alright. So there's that. We're gonna drop this dye back in here. And so get to work. Work. So the first thing we need to do is we need to take this chest and bring that hopper line straight down. And that'll give us a starting point on what we need to do. So let's grab our trusty scaffolding that we always carry with you. Guys, if you're playing Minecraft and you're not using scaffolding, you are playing incorrectly. It's easy to make, and you can, you know, it's just like nice to have with you at all times. So let's clear this out. Get rid of these chests. Okay. Now we want this just to come straight down. Alright. And right there. So now we have, and we want our copper chest. I'm going to have it facing the direction of where this guy's going to start his journey. Okay. Now, our wool should be traveling all the way down. Let's just go ahead and just drop that in there and make sure that ends up in the chest. It does. Okay. So this guy has to pathfind to his next chest. That chest is going to have to be elevated. Oh, that could cause issues. You know what? I think it... Actually, you know what we could do is... chest here. Alright, so let's put the chest facing this way. So what if we put the chest in the actual ground? Right? And man, Skulk is so easy to break. Alright, so we have... Alright, so we have that. Let's, because he will open the chest that's in the ground. Boom. Okay. That actually is going to solve our problem. Alright, so let's go grab some Skulk and we'll make our first little road. Now we want these to be, I don't know, maybe around... We'll see how far they can make it. I just ran right past it, didn't I? I'll take that. Let's take all the Skulk. So... Actually, no, let's not. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'll have to put that back there, but that's fine. So we're going to go boom, boom. Right, so around here. Just in case I screw up my wall, I'm going to have to grab some more of this. Okay. Now, we'll have other copper golems here, and these are the main ones, right? The ones that are... That's going to be taking care of this. And he's going to be able to walk through here. He's going to see this chest. He's going to take the chest out. These hoppers, I will build something around those, so I'm not too concerned about that. They can't walk through those anyway, so we're going to pathfind and have him come down this wall just right here, take a turn. Alright, we want to make sure he does not see another chest. So you can see he's going to pathfind, and I can't remember exactly how far he can pathfind, but let me actually get on the internet and I'm gonna check. Okay. Let's see what the AI says, because you know that's always a good thing. Well, that's not useful. So it says I don't really have a range. So we're gonna put that to test. Okay. I don't really want to drop a chest right here next to the wall, so we're gonna come back this way, and then we're gonna have the chest setting. All right. Right here. And the hopper, like, we will have exposed hoppers in the floor, but that's fine. I'm not really worried about that. So this is going to be where our chest is at, right here. So let's put a temporary block here, and let's drop a chest. It's not a chest, right there. Okay. And then I'm not sure this is where I want that hopper to point, but that's where it's going to point for now. So if I drop something in this chest, it should end up in this hopper over here. Always test your hoppers, because, you know, if you don't, and you go back later and you can't figure out why things aren't getting to where they go, that's probably a good indicator that there's something going on with the hopper. Okay. So we got that. Alright. So boom, boom. So we want to keep this guy from, like, hopping over this. Like, we need him to go back to where he was. So we're going to have to put something across here to stop him. So we're going to cover this whole thing up, right? So we may not actually need to do that. So we've got, he's going, let's make the maze. And we're going to test. We're going to test our golem. And make sure that he is going to go where we need him to go. And we're going to just let me get my black wool, because what I want to do is I want to go ahead and, like, cover this backside here so he doesn't try to get through that. So what we want him to do is we want to drop that in that chest, and then I want him to go back to the other chest. See what I see? So we want him to drop here. And we're probably going to put, like, a piece of wool over this so you can't really see the chest. Like, we want him to, like, disappear for a little bit, so we're going to go boom, boom, and we'll do the same thing where they're picking up. But let's go grab an axe and a copper golem. may already have the axe. We do not have the axe in our hands. And the axe. Go ahead, and we are a little close to the edge here, so I don't want to drown or something dropping in on top of me. It shouldn't. They shouldn't, but then again, I shouldn't have skeletons spawning on my machines either. Alright, so... there's probably stuff already in this chest, so let's see. Yeah. So what we're gonna do... oh shoot, I didn't make a way to get out of here. Okay. And then I didn't do this, so we gotta do this. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and place our golem there. Oh man, are they even gonna be able to move? Let's see. Okay, so he grabs it, he's walking. He's dropping. He's turning around. He's going back over. That's working super well. Why is he looking at me? Can you not... Can you get past it now? Like, what's the deal? Why can't you, what's wrong? Can he not see that? Alright, let's, what if I... oh, shoot. Alright, what if I do that? You gonna be able to see it now? Okay, you can see it now. That's fine. We can leave that open like that. Alright, let's just make sure this guy's doing what we need him to do before we move any further. So he's going back. He's standing there. Okay. He's walking. Maybe maybe we just leave that whole thing open like that. And then we can just... yeah, because we want to cover it anyway. So he's looking in there, and there's nothing. He's like, oh no, there's nothing to do. So let's drop... let's drop some things in there and see what he's doing. So he's walking along. He's just like, ah, blah, 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 blah. Hey, there's stuff in here. Let's take it over here. And drop it. Huzzah. Okay, well, we know that part's working. And we need to replace this skulk vein here and here. Okay, so that's working pretty good. So, you may be asking what I'm going to do with these other copper golems, right? Because I said that's not going to be the only one. So basically, what they're going to do is I'm going to put copper golems down here, and they're just going to carry like a light source, uh, like so. Before I made this 3 deep, like then a floor, so I had a little bit of extra room. I'm not doing that this time because well, I just didn't want to. It just created a lot of issues. Like if something broke and then got getting in it and everything. Uh, we're just going to use we'll just do squares of wool here. Which means we may be able to switch to that, but I think the wool's probably fine. And then we'll leave the light out everywhere we need it. Now these guys don't need light in here, so nothing's really gonna spawn down there. So, and even if they does, like nothing can really get. So if I took, where's my stained glass? Or so let's just go ahead and go. All this down here with stained glass. You know what? Actually don't care if people can see the treasure chest or not. I really don't. Oh, I need to leave that open because I have to... So yeah, so he'll be bringing stuff through here, and yeah, so we need to put some wax on that guy. Maybe I should go ahead and get some honeycombs. Since this guy seems to be falling asleep at the job over here. Oh, make a liar out of me, eh? Okay, fine. How are we doing on honeycombs anyway? Holy moly. I hated wasting a glass block to do that, but whatever. So we may not even deal with the wool, right? We may just... Now I need to leave that there for... Oh, you know what? I can do this. Hold on. He's not over here right now. Yeah, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not overly concerned about the chest. So we got him situated. Let's go ahead and close this section in. Now, I'll probably build something around here. But, you know, it won't be right now. Okay, cool. So, the first thing I want to do is get my wool where I need it, right? Because it's not like, now this is going to collect mostly dark gray and black wool, which this will never get those. Am I? Okay, so I'm right under it right here. And this guy actually is going that way. Okay. So what I need to do is we're going to have to block this off completely. That way, the golem that's going to be over here that sees this copper chest does not see that treasure chest right there. So let's start with number 2, and like I said, in these we're gonna try to do like maybe 3, and we want to, like I said, we kind of want them to hand off to each other. So we're gonna leave this copper golem a pretty big space to get in there and get his stuff. I kind of want to get away from this wall, so let's do that. We'll have him double back on himself a little bit. And there's the issue. This guy just standing on top of this. If I put something there, will he move? He will. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have to move this chest a little bit further away from him. No issues. It's not a problem. Man, I'm barely tapping this, and it's just going. It's just cutting through every bit of skulk I have. That is so funny. Because I don't need that guy hopping up there trying to stare at this chest. And that's exactly what he's doing. So we're going to get rid of the chest. So now he can move back over here. And I can put glass back on this. And he shouldn't. He shouldn't. I mean, I could put an end rod right there, right? And keep him from... Let's try. I've got end rod. You know what? I gotta move these anyway, so... Let's just take one of these. Alright. And if it works, I'll go get some more. And we'll use those to block the tops of the treasure chest. pretty sure this is what I did last world too, is just like I put like end rods like this across the top there. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's put something in here. I just put something in there, buddy. Let's make sure he can open that chest. And he will... Okay, perfect. Now, if I put this chest here, is he gonna, like, detect that chest? Let's go ahead and put all this crap that I picked up back in here. Let's see if he still hops over there and still tries to detect that other chest. So, good boy, carrying the wood block. Yeah, yeah. He drops it, and he turns around. This is over here. Alright, guys, I think we got it that time. Okay. Ugh. So we want to leave him a big space in order to work. And I think we... Alright, let's need some skulk vein. Okay, so we have him kind of doubled back up on himself a little bit, but we want him to eventually drop it around up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have him turn a corner. And then our chests. Chest will be right there, right? So he just drops. Boom, boom. Then let's go down here and... get our other thing going. So, this one, I think I want him to go this way. But before I do anything, well, we're going to get this guy going. We're going to get this guy going, okay? Maybe. We may not get this guy going. Let's leave this the way it is. And let's work on getting this hopper down to where we need it. So... I mean, I guess I could just leave that there, right? Because won't a hopper cover that entire bottom? Let's check and see. If that does, I'll save one hopper per on this. Okay, perfect. Okay, yeah. That's perfect. That's what we want then. We don't want that. That's not what we want. Drop that guy down there. And now we should be getting all of that over here. Yeah, okay. So that was good. Yeah, because those are all going to be covered anyway. Probably could have did that over there with that treasure chest, but I'll just do that going forward. It also creates a little buffer if this ever backs up, like there. It's always good to have a buffer. So I literally want this guy to come and drop it off here. But I don't want... Do I want those connected? I think I do want those connected. Actually, it doesn't matter where he drops it off. I'm going to have the hoppers come over here. So let's get this guy situated real quick. Let's get this one situated. And then I'll worry about the hoppers later. I know what I want to do, but explaining it is not in my vocabulary right now for some reason. Okay, we want him a nice big space in which to work because we know that he's not going to want to, whatever reason, can't handle corners too well, right? So let's do this. Okay, remember how I said I wanted this to take a little time to get through the system? This is what I mean by that. I want it to take a little time to get through the system. Now we're going to pass. This guy's going to grab. He's going to come over here. And then let's let him drop. Because we want this guy to go this way. We want this guy to go here and then some way come back up through here maybe. Or we may just have them feed into the chest right here. So we need this chest, I think. Let's put this chest right here. Okay. So he's going to have to manipulate these turns. Now this isn't going to take as long as the other ones. Okay. So let's get this going this way. I'm gonna run out of hoppers again. Looks like I'm gonna have to go to that our iron farm here again shortly, because I mean I may have enough iron to finish this off. This is all part of the storage system, everybody. This is what I wanted. So, and then this. I'm going to hack through there, and I don't have a chest. So let's go grab a green chest. And that, yeah, that should be 10 chests. And I do want these chests to be green, so I'm not caring about the oxidation levels too much. So let's go here, and then that's where he can pick that up. Perfect. So I think we got this part done. Yeah, before I do anything else, though, you know, I'm definitely going to make sure that... oh, we need more end rods. I did say we were going to get more end rods if we need them. So I have a bunch of end rods up here. I'm going to make a few more... I'm going to grab some more treasure chests. I'm going to make a few more hoppers. So hopefully we can get this one section done. And then we can start draining the other areas. Sleep through the night, because last night those phantoms attacked me and scared me. Alrighty. Okay. So need to make some hoppers. We need to grab chests. We need to make a whole bunch of hoppers. And hoppers, to be honest, are probably the best way to move items around. I mean, some may disagree. Like, Waterline definitely uses less resources, but a hopper doesn't creates less lag. It creates next to no lag because the because the item technically kind of like leaves the game. I did not grab my end rods. I mean, I don't have many left, and I can make a few more, but I really need to hit the nether and grab some more blaze rods. Unless Gibro has some he's willing to part with. Let's grab all of them. I almost ran off into the water. That would have been funny. No, but I just jumped in a place that I didn't need to be. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and set up our end rod just so that is set up, actually. Okay. I would say we could put Skulk over, like we can put this right on top of that. I'm gonna cover it probably anyway, so let's grab that because that fell in here. Right? Oh no, it didn't because I destroyed it. I didn't use a hoe. Okay, there we go. So now everything that will come from here, and we should still be getting stuff. Let's make sure this guy is still working over here. I'm always concerned that my copper golems will stop working at some point. There shouldn't be any obstructions, and you know what I can do? I can just drop the rest of this black wool in here. Keeps this guy moving. I have to go grab some more skulk here in a second, but we can go ahead and grab ourselves another copper golem. There are none in there. What? Oh, that's right. We set them down here. Let's grab a couple. Right. Okay. And then do we still have our honey? We still have honey. Okay. So we want this guy right here. ready to go when I'm ready for him to go. And he's gonna go there. Alright. Alright, everybody, what do you think? Think we're ready to test out this guy, make sure he's... Well, you know what? We're gonna leave that just like that, too. Let's get the, we'll get the wax ready, just in case. So, he's got stuff to be moving along with, so... Let's see what he does. Yeah, he's looking right at the chest. So he's going to drop. And, yep, he doesn't try to hop on top of the chest or anything. So when he gets back over here, we're going to wax him. Alright. I don't know if it's anybody else or just me, but I do have a hard time seeing glass when I place it. Oh yeah, love it. Ah. So what I'm going to put right here is literally just a... I think I want to put a barrel in right there. Hold on. Let me go grab a barrel. I don't want to, like, walk away from this project for a couple days, come back, and think that I wanted a treasure chest there. Because I don't. I want... It's just temporary. To collect everything before we start the next little phase of this. I was about to say, I know I have barrels around here somewhere. So that's our goal, is to get to this barrel right here. Now, this guy right here, we got two. This is the last leg of that one. But we got two that may be running into each other right here. So let's work on this one. Alright. So let's have... Man, I really don't want to take the chance that he's gonna try to see this chest. So we're gonna go here. All right. here. And pick the barrel up right there. Alright, so that worked pretty good. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, everybody, before I get started on this next leg of here, I am going to take me a couple-minute break. In the meantime, I'm going to run an ad, and I will be back shortly. Alright, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hate ads too, but you know what? It helps. It helps me with making money. And the primary source of why I'm doing this is to literally make money to pay for some of my cancer treatments. It's not much, but every little bit helps. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pathfind this fella. Right, because he's going to go that way. There we go. Well, he's only going to get one space, so I'll just make sure not to put a turn anywhere in there. So we're going to have this guy go back here and curve back here and drop. And then that third one will come... And then that third one, we'll just basically, maybe right here, like, this will be a good area for him. So if he's gonna come, we're gonna put some distance on this one since he's just going in a straight line. So we'll do that, and then let's set our chest right here. Boom, just like that. And then, oh yeah, this is gonna work really well. Yeah. Because what we'll do is we'll have this guy come up, boom, and then he'll drop a chest, like, right here or something. Maybe right here. And then we'll just have the hopper go into that one. Okay. Or maybe I'll just have it right here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I may add a fourth one in for this one. We'll figure it out. Alright, let me dig this out. Where's my skulk vein? What I like about that is you do that again and you can put that. So looks so cool. Alright. And so I think I want this one to start right here. Okay. The thing is, we want to try to fill up as much of this area as possible. Now, not always going to work out that way. I mean, that's the best way to do this. I think the best way to do it is actually come through this way. Like this. Can I hit the side right there? I mean, I can if I get rid of this. Let's just do it this way. This will be fine. It's not going to hurt anything going this way. Like that. And then we can put our skulk in there. Probably going to take the skull vein off the wall right there. Yeah, I will. But that'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. Alright, so we've got, so we need this right here, right there, and we're gonna go pop right there. Yep, okay. Alright, let's go grab a whole, let's go grab a few golems here, and we're gonna, how many do I have? I got 3, 4, we'll go ahead and fill up the inventory. Alright, one of these guys, alright, is right here. That is not what I wanted to do. Sometimes my hand gets a little faster than what, or my fingers get a little faster than what I need them to do, so. And we'll put him right there. And what's this guy looking at in his chest? He's got dirt in there. We need to get that dirt out of there. Alright, let's check to make sure we're good to go on this fella right here. Oh. There we go. That is going to make a lot more sense. So let's go here. Alright. Look around. No, no, no. Don't look at me. Look at your chest. Alright. Hey, you got your chest. Good. He seems to be having a hard time finding that chest. Why are we having a hard time finding the chest? Alright, let's do this. Let's go, let's get rid of the chest real quick. And let's do this. Alright. So let's put the chest right here. And why is it not let me... Oh, it's because my freaking inventory's full. Duh. Okay. Here, why don't you, like, do something? Alright, so what we want to do is we want... he was having a hard time finding that chest, so... we made it easier for him to find the chest. So now he shouldn't have any issues finding the chest and doing his job. Perfect. Okay, so now... at least this will make a freaking area here. And then I'll go here. And we're going to cover... oh, let's get some skulk here. So I'm almost out of skulk. We'll go ahead and use the rest of this skulk. Alright, so... Get some stuff here. Yeah, this is stuff that all needs to go in the storage system. So I guess this is also stuff that needs to... I don't know what this stuff is over here. No idea why I put this here. And I'm gonna put some stuff that I don't need to be carrying around with me in there. Okay. Now, he shouldn't have any problems finding that chest. Okay. Perfect. Okay. He's taking all that, and that's getting emptied into here. Now we have... we're going to have one guy. Let's go ahead and make the end of our run here. And we'll work a little backwards from here, okay? Let's go ahead and hack that. And we're going to need a hopper. And we're going to get rid of this one chest in here because it's taking up a spot in my inventory, and that's actually ticking me off a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to go... just like that, right? Like that. I put the wrong chest here. I put the wrong chest there. That's what happens when you do stuff backwards, is you put wrong things in places. There, that's a chest we need. End rod to keep him from trying to be a hero. We'll get this chest back out here. Put that there. We'll go here. And then we have just one straight line. And once we get this part right here done, Hmm. Now, I didn't like that. I don't like that. But these guys have a problem with corners. Alright, I think. So if we go up here with him, and we have him just simply... Like, if he drops it right here... Because this does have an extra one to go through, so it's probably okay. So if we drop it there... I don't know why I did that. And then we have this guy pick up right here. Alright. I think that'll work. Let's get down here in the nitty-gritty. And do some skulking. Actually, I think I figured out a better way. No, I think this way is the best. But we want to keep, like I said, we're going to give these guys a pretty wide berth right here since they don't seem to want to take the corners too well. I hate the way this looks. I do. I hate the way this looks right here. And I'm going to fix it now. I know they don't do well around corners, but they'll do well going straight. So now we can redesign this with that in mind. Because since he's just picking up straight, he shouldn't have any issues. He shouldn't have any issues going straight down this way, like this, and dropping off right here. Which means I won't need that there. And we can keep our normal, like, things. So he can literally pick up. Alright, let's finish this off right here so we know what we're doing. So that guy, he can pick up right there. Yeah, I'll have to fix that. This is where it kind of gets weird, right at the very end. So I think we're going to just have this guy do a straight shot around. So we need that chest to be right there. almost screwed up right there. Hey, you're a traveling merchant. It's been forever since I heard one of those. Okay, let's go ahead and test this fella here. Let's make sure that skull thing doesn't cause issues with him opening. Cool. It doesn't. It shouldn't, but you know. And then those things are going to go whoop-de-doo into here. So we got this guy all set. Got him waxed up. I mean, this should be pretty easy, right? He's going to come in and drop that pink one, and it's going to end up in this with the rest of that stuff. That's exactly what happened. Okay. Alright, all those are working fine. So what are we going to do right here? Well, we're going to create a few little tricks with pathfinding. Okay? So we're going to put a chest here. We're going to have a golem that's basically not doing anything, right? And the wall's going to come up this way. Let's get our hopper line going here. Now this feels bad, like how we're using these hoppers right here. But the effect for this is going to be pretty freaking cool. I don't know why I always put the chest in first. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to do it that way. And let's just drop this. Let's drop this golem in there. Watch him go all the way over here, right? He should be right here. Okay, perfect. Nope, nope. No matter how careful, I'll always try to be when doing that. So I need this chest right here. Okay. And then I need to put a piece of skull right there. And right there. Please tell me I have enough. You know what? I think I'm going to be one hopper short. I am going the wrong direction in the hoppers anyway. But I'm still going to be one hopper short. Alright, let's go make some more hoppers. How do I get out of here? Let's see. Here. And then we'll hop across here. And then we'll go... Let's see, do I still have iron on me? I don't still have iron on me. Did I drop that somewhere? I did. Dropped it right here. Oh, and I want to grab some different color of prismarine too. Actually, I may just have him carry end rods. That would be pretty cool. Just have him carry an end rod back and forth. But I'm already using those for decorations. But oh no, maybe we'll figure it out. Let's see. Let's go make some toppers. I don't know why I looked in there, because I literally just needed to go to this crafting table. Maybe I'll put a couple different colors in there. So he'll carry a different color. I actually don't think it'll work because it'd just be one, because that's going to make it back to him before. Alright, where's my fire powder? Right here. Now white is the brightest one, so that's what we're going to use. Alright, so let's do this. Let's set this guy down right here. And then let's do... Boom! Look at that. The magic of copper golems. Hey! Hey, Corpse Queen, how's it going? So right now, I'm working on an elaborate way to get my wool from my wool farm that I finished to my storage system, and right now I'm just testing it out. And I'm almost done. But yeah, I got the bee farm working. It looks great. We'll go up there and look at it here in a second. Let's see. So let's drop this in here. And that'll work its way back over. Oopsie. It'll work its way back over here. And should be in this chest. Perfect. Alright, so let's... make this escape proof. Hey, you came in at a good time. I'm just about done with this little part right here. I've just got a few little things to tidy up. I don't want to do it like this, but I think this is the best way to do it. And then we're going to take some skulk vein, and we're just going to put it right on top of these hoppers. I mean, it's not going to disguise that there's hoppers there. but, you know, it'll make it look, it'll still make it look a little uniform. Okay. So we got all those guys working, and so we need to do this. Now this guy is literally going to pick up the same item over and over again. Like that's his whole world now. He's gonna pick up that one block. Okay, so we got him waxed. He's gonna pick up that one block. He's gonna go around the corner. He's gonna drop it into the treasure chest. He's gonna go back over here. And by the time he gets over here, he's gonna pick up this same block, the exact same block, and carry it back over. So it's a dummy copper golem to just make this complete. So let's go ahead and hopefully we have enough glass for this. Let's go ahead and cover all of this with glass. This is good for somebody that's halfway blind to do. So yeah, this part of the storage system is literally just an elaborate way to get my wool up to the front without doing it all at once and overloading the storage system up there. Because if you look at all of these chests and everything I got suspended up here, all of that has wool from the wool farm. So it's going to just blast right in there as fast as possible. And those copper golems will not be able to keep up with it, and it'll back the whole system up, which will make my life a lot harder than it already is. So I designed this to basically keep the wool from getting there too fast. And it's the only reason. I had the space for it too, and I think it looks a little cooler to do this. So the only issue is I don't know if I got enough glass to cover this. I did just dig up a whole bunch of sand earlier, so oh, crap. No. Damn it. Alright, you done screwed up, big boy. Well, he didn't screw up, I screwed up, but nobody has to know that. That is a secret. You know, at this time, I'm going to cover this up so I can make sure if I get a loose copper golem again, he ain't going to do that. Now you saw firsthand the issue of dealing with copper golems. Alright. Take two. This is why I always make extra. Yeah, do not screw up like your friend did. Oh man, I'm not even done yet. I still got one more to do. Yeah, I gotta put the last one in. So, let's see, where do we need to stop our glass? Probably... If we need to stop it like right here, would be fine. I'll get rid of those torches here in a little bit. But I still have one more of these to take care of. Forgot all about it. The last one. This one is kind of the most important one here. So we want to... throw this in here. I don't want it to drop right in front of that because I need some space to work. So we're just gonna zigzag these across like this. And we'll have him drop right here. And let's get let's do some skulking. And we're just going to leave that, we're probably just going to leave that side open over there. Because I've got more of these to build. So, let's go ahead and grab our... Is there stuff in here? There should be stuff from both... All colors is right there. Absolutely awesome. Okay. I didn't do too bad on copper golems. Only had to kill one so far. Alright, so we're going to set Smiley Joe right there. And we're going to make this escape proof. And just so he doesn't get any ideas about jumping on that chest and jumping across, we're going to go ahead and make it impossible for him to do so. This should be pretty easy. Yeah. Grab your stuff. Grab your stuff. There you go. Grab it. Alright. Carry it over there. And then we should... Can I hit that barrel from here? I can. So we should see that stuff go in this barrel. Perfect. Alright. Now, this is all done. yeah. I am not gonna have enough glass to finish this. Oh well. Swore I made more glass. Is it up here in here? No, but this black wool is. Should keep them busy for a while. And let's go. We'll just make one more stack of glass. We may get 2 stacks of glass. Seriously, did I not? Well, here's a stack of glass right there. I swear. Running out of black dye again. No, I only made 2 stacks of glass. Okay, I distinctly remember doing that now. Toss that in there. Let him get some work done. Why are you... Come on. I don't like hitting you guys. Mainly because I don't want to replace you because it starts to wear on my resources after a while. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and cover this because I know if I don't, I'm just going to run down in there at some point and be pissed off because I didn't finish it. Oh, that's it. Alright, there it is. The needlessly complex storage system. To get my wool over to here. Well, for now. This is all going to connect to another system eventually. Alright. Hey, Corpse Queen, let's go up here and take a look at the bee sanctuary. And yeah, it's working splendidly. I've got more honey now than what I know what to do with, but there it is in all of its beauty. So it's night. Well, is it night? Is it night? No, it's still daytime. So some of the bees are in the hive. There's a couple buzzing around out here. But there's roughly 15 to 20 bees in there. I can put more, but you can see we got our dispensers all full. There they all come out. And then as the beehive gets full, it starts powering this. And then once it gets powered up enough, it's going to hit that dispenser and it's going to clip out the honey. But bees love cherry blossoms. They love the flowers. So, yeah, I think it looks pretty freaking cool. Actually, this is probably one of my favorite things in the base. As of right now. But you can see the redstone starting to light up, and when it gets to this one, it's going to fire that out, and it'll go back down, and then honey will shoot down into the dispensers, and it'll end up in this chest over here, because I got it linked into where my cactus and kelp go. So you can see it already comes down here, it gets looked into there. This guy is just standing there like a bump on a log. Alright, sit. Alright. I'm gonna need another shelter box to sit over there. I put the stuff I'm using to work with over here. Oh, yeah, I think and actually I'm kind of digging this right here. I can always just walk over here and see these guys doing their thing. This guy just grabbing the same block over and over again. But I've got some ocean or some water to dry up too. But right now, let's I don't know if I'm ready to cover these up yet. I think I want to leave them exposed just in case something's not working right. But I will. Get rid of these. Because these torches are not needed anymore. We'll leave that one there. Alright, so let's take a break from this part of the build. Let's go put these tools away. And now we are going to make, I do need that though. Let's see, where's my, actually I don't even think I need that shovel. But what we're going to do right now is we finished our little sheep farm. So up top, and this whole quarter of the section is kind of just dedicated to this the sheep farm over here. I kind of want to make a little I'm kind of inspired by the beehive there. So I kind of want to make a habitat here for sheep. So I think I'm gonna lay the groundwork for it. I may, because I'll have to go lash some more sheep, or leash, not lash. But first, it's not down here. It's not down there. So we're gonna want a bunch of grass. Alright, and then we're gonna need what else do we have that we can use? We could use some packed mud, but I do want to use slabs. What do you think? Which slabs do I want to use, though? How about... actually... don't really have a lot of those. Kind of want to use something like granite. Let's use granite. Let's see. How many granite slabs we have? We have no granite slabs. So we're going to go make some granite slabs. Ran right by it. So we're gonna get granite slabs, and then let's get some terracotta. So we want browns and greens, right? So we need something that's gonna kind of go with that. That is a lime. That's neat. That's the glazed green terracotta. We could probably... we can use a little bit of that. And then we're going to need some buckets of water. I believe all that stuff's over here. So there's a couple things we have to keep in mind. We have to make sure that the grass is always going to grow back. So we have to put some of them under... we have to put them under glass, basically, so the sheep can't destroy them. Because if they don't have enough sunlight, they're not going to grow back. And we want them to grow back because, I mean, that's part of having, like, you know, a little sheep habitat, right? So let's build our sheep habitat. Let's see, we want it to be at least 1, 2, 3. We want it to be at least 3 from there. And 3 from the... why don't we build it... like right... let's... maybe... want to give them a little space. And then we can actually come back. I think this is what we want right here. Now, I'll just tell you right now, there is zero reason to have this. None. There's no reason at all. I'm just doing it because I want to. Oh, man. Let's see. We got some sort of stone or something up here. We do. And then this whole quarter of the base, once I get this put in, this will be pretty much finished. Do we want to, like... Ooh, you know, I do kind of like that idea. Let's, why don't we take it and, like, go... Like, really give them some space. We'll bring it up even with the this right here. Okay. Actually, this needs to be where we are. Yeah. Yep. That's probably okay. And then that will be okay right there too. So we can actually put this back where it was, because actually I don't need it there. Please catch it. Why? Yeah, I need it to be over 2. So it actually needs to be right here. So we're going to put it right there. And then we'll do this bit of cobblestone right here. Why did I catch the cobblestone but couldn't catch the prismarine lantern? Ugh. So let's build our outline. Now around these outside pieces, we're going to put glass over top of them to keep the sheep from destroying all the grass, and it can grow back. And then, yeah, we need to come through this way. Okay, and let's go ahead, and what we want to do is get a crafting table as soon as I bust these up here. Okay. So let's go grab a crafting table. I've got 100 of them somewhere. Okay, so I want to put a waterfall in here somewhere. So I think if we come over here, right then, okay, no, that's a little too far over. And that's a little too close right there. So we want to keep our, we want to keep our rule of staying 3 away. So let's do it like that. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. And then we can, because I want to get all the, I kind of want to do the water feature first. And let's see, I actually need a stone cutter is what I need. So we're going to use the, I mean, if mud came in slabs, I'd use that, but it doesn't. So, we're going to use the granite for, like, the bottom, and we're not going to use polished granite. We're going to use just, like, regular granite slabs. And that's going to be where the water runs. It's not going to be very deep, so, but the water will run over it. So we're going to build a, like right here, we're going to build a big like structure, and then water will come out of it. So let's see, what do we want to do? So we're going to do, let's just go ahead and put some granite down. I do want to leave this light exposed. That's actually going to help. Keep everything lit up. So we'll do that, right? And then we'll go, and then like maybe even like something like this. Yeah. And then maybe we'll get some different colored stuff, but we want to so these parts right here we can actually just use whatever block we decide to use for our water feature. So we want like maybe stone. God, there's already a lot of grays in there. So we could use some sort of terracotta. I don't really like the looks of them very well. Let's grab some green terracotta just in case we need it for some. I mean, the purple, that one's not that bad. That one's not that bad. But I like this. I like this gray glazed one. So we can use that. Then maybe go with something a little more traditional. I don't want it to be brown. I don't think I want it to be red. I mean, we could, you know what? Smooth basalt looks pretty good. So let's try that. And do I have, let's just get some regular basalt in there to kind of highlight some areas. And then we'll need some things to highlight being right next to the, I have that bed there. Anyway. Let's see. Like bricks, blocks for just around the shore. I don't really want to use like. I want to use like. I think I want to. I don't know if I want to use terracotta. I want something with. And I don't really like the way that the brown wool looks. So let's. I mean, I think it's got to be like packed mud, right? Like, I think that's the only option that's really going to make sense. That is the only one that's going to make sense. Okay. Let me, I think I grabbed this out of here by mistake. Alright, let's stop gathering resources and actually do our thing. Alright, so let's, we don't want that here. Okay. So we're going to do this. Yeah, we're going to start with the water feature. I need to stack the... Actually, I could just throw these in here. So we're going to start with the water feature first. I think we want the bottom of this to be kind of like basalt. Kind of like that. We're going to come up and then we're going to do some basalty stuff. And this interior one, we're going to put some, we're going to do that. I'm just kind of spitballing here. I don't even know if this is going to, how this is going to look. This may look terrible. You never know. Let's see. Alright. So what we're going to have to do to make the water feature correct, I think, is we're going to have to come out one more. Alright. And then we want the water, I want the water to come in like right here. Alright. And kind of flow down. Because it's gonna flow. That's the thing with like water features. Kind of have to control the flow. Control of the flow. Alright. And then we're gonna want let's do the glazed. And then let's just do regular right there. And that's going to flow right off the side if we're not careful. So let's... Alright, so that actually should give us a pretty decent... I think I want something right here. That should give us a pretty decent little water feature. Hold on, let's take this out. Let's take this out. Let's put another piece of glazed right there, because I really like the looks of that down there. And then we're going to go one more out. Put some smooth basalt in. And then we'll have... Because what I want to do is I want to make sure it flows into the area we need it to flow into. Right now it's not going to do that. It is going to flow right here. And like, you know, kind of stop where we want it to stop. So I actually think we're gonna bust this piece out right here, and then we're gonna put this. That should keep it from getting on the rest of the stuff. So and then I'm going to go grab some fire dust, and we're going to change this to green. And then we'll put our water right here and let that just flow down. Alright, so let's go grab some green fire dust, because we'll have to do that before we do anything else. Pretty sure I have green fire dust. I feel like that's one of the first ones I made because green is my favorite color. Not, we can make some. I am running out of blaze rods though, so I gotta really be careful on what I make now, until I can make it back into the nether and do some more, and do some farming. So now we got a little bit, I mean, it's just not great. It's just green. I'm not sure how far this water is going to flow. But let's go ahead and test it out and see how it's going to work. Okay, so it literally went somewhere we didn't need it to go. We talked about that. Alright, so we're gonna need like that right there, just to kind of give it an edge. So we got this area. I hate working with water sometimes. That is not a bucket. Cool. cool. That's exactly what I didn't want it to do. Do I have glass in my inventory? I do. Okay. At least I don't have any exposed, like, well, that's going to be an issue because, uh... we could probably still make this work a little bit. Okay, we got water still coming out over here. Well, we definitely have water still coming over there because I picked the wrong thing. Oh, I didn't see this. And this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to extend all this stuff out right here. All right. Really sucks because I can't see the water very well. Alright. So let's Jesus. Okay, so let's go back to the drawing board a little bit, and let's just do that first. Okay. If we... So it's like everything, right? So why don't we just put our water back up here and see where it goes. So it's going here like it should. So if I put another one here, is it gonna make a mess? Because right now, everything is kind of where I want it. Except for this right here. And that's just going to happen no matter what. So let me get... Alright. Let me get this here. Alright. So there. Because I'm not getting anything right here. Fine. I mean, that's actually fine because we need grass for the sheep. We're only going to put a few in here, but still would like to have them have something, right? But I want... So what if we waterlog this? Well, because it's a half block, it's not going to go where we want it. But if we take the half blocks out... Okay, now that has already flown down there. But if I waterlog... Let's say I waterlog this. Alright? And then I go boom, boom, boom. Alright? We have the exact same issue we had before. So we need to waterlog all of these? Like, we'll need to do this. Oh geez, kind of seems like it, doesn't it? Let's see what this does. But it's not going this way at all. At all. But this is fine. I mean, just like this is fine. But we can... You know what? I know what I'm going to do. Okay. I know as soon as I cut these that okay, good. The water is actually not going to flow down. So I'm actually going to need some moss blocks. Yep, I'm going to need some moss blocks. I wish I could get some slabs of... Maybe stone slab? How do these look right here? Look kind of weird. I think that's probably okay. And make that water look... Because we got water right here. Right? And we can't really... It's flowing down the way it should. Okay. So I need... a shulker box. Actually, you know what? I don't need... I actually don't think I need to get moss. get some. Alright. Everybody just bear with me. I know what I'm doing, I swear. Um, I actually think I will need moss because it's just going to make it look better. So let's go to the moss farm. Can't go through there. I don't think I brought any moss over here with me. Not any green moss, anyway. I brought a bunch of green moss. Golden helmet. Perfect. Okay. Man, we really need to get a minecart going through here. Alright. Here we are. I really even think I need to run it. I know these things are probably full. So let's take... You know what? We need to take some because we're gonna... We'll have to put this all in a freaking storage system anyway. And let's take some gray moss just to be safe. Okay. Alright. So I'm going to take a real quick break. I will be right back. Alright. It's just a quick little trip to the moss farm. You guys wouldn't believe what I had to go through to build this tunnel over here. Basalt plains in the nether suck. Because magma cubes suck. So... yeah, I think we may extend that little habitat to come out just a little further. We'll see what I'm thinking when we get up there, because I'm not too sure what I kind of want to do right now with it. It is sort of a little smaller than what I intended it to be, but we are going to put like a little hill in it, so that'll help out tremendously. Yeah, then we have a way for the sheep to hop up and down over here. Alright, let's, wait. Did I just jump in water right there? Hold on. Okay, good. So we got quite a bit of grass right here. Let's grab some of this, well, I'm gonna need some more glass. I got all these cool blocks and I don't even know what to use them on. Actually, no, I need to, I just said that. I have to keep those underneath that way. How do we have this? We have that. Oh yeah, it's just right even with the edge. So if I did... Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. Okay. But that's not the way it's going to be. It's gonna be one out. Yeah, it'll be fun. All right. Let's dump some of this off here. Grab some glass and some smooth stone. And possibly, yeah, I think we're going to use terracotta. We're going to use the green terracotta to go up this side. Glass. I'm in the wrong spot for glass. Yeah, I think we do the outline in like green terracotta. That'd look pretty freaking cool. As we get the bunch of glass. And smooth stone. Hey! Hey, Minzy, how's it going? Thank you for the raid. Appreciate it. I bet. I heard you guys had a bad storm today. Mm. Space to get the freaking sheep through there when I'm ready to put them in. Mm. Well, that's one thing I don't miss about living over there is those blow up storms. No, I did say I was going to use terracotta. So let. Oh, I can make green terracotta. I've got tons of green dye, so I can make all the green terracotta I need for this. Actually, let's take it down one more. Because that'll put us even with the water feature, I believe. I'll know for sure when we go with this side. I feel like I need to put something else right there. Maybe another salt brick. Otherwise, that's gonna look a little goofy right there. Oops, didn't mean to break it like that. Mmm. Jeez. Yep. I remember when I lived in Benton, that's one thing I hated was storms, and then, like, you don't get any warning. Like, at least down here, when we have, like, a hurricane, like, you get, like, they track that thing for weeks. Like, you know it's gonna hit you. Like, you know. Alright, let's go get some more green terracotta. Yeah, the Mayfield tornado, the one that went like within like a couple of miles of our house when we lived in Benton, we literally got like 15 minutes of warning. It wasn't much at all. It was enough for me to grab the cats, uh, Nicole, and basically like move get into the hallway and get like all the pillows and everything we had um, um, to block the vents and everything. Yeah, and it was over real quick too. But it's scary. It sounded like a freaking train passing over the house. Yeah, I have a funny feeling I'm gonna regret deciding to build this. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. I think it was like, uh, wasn't it like a week or something we weren't working, and then I actually went to my in-laws in Bowling Green. Well, Edmonton, Kentucky, because they still had power. Wait, or was that during the ice storm? I don't remember anymore. Oh, that was during the ice storm. Yeah, I bet. I bet. I just remembered right after that, really soon after that's when me and Nicole decided we were moving. Um, we were done. We were completely done with like bad weather and everything. I mean, we were just sick of it. Alright, so let's get some prismarine, aqua, whatever. And I'm gonna need some blaze powder and some green dye. Green dye, green dye, green dye. I keep going the wrong way. It's like I'm not the one that built this or something. Green dye, got a lot of that. Boom. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I should leave at least one in that spot. And then, let's get some stuff to decorate with. Let's, let's take some vines and I mean there's really not much we need to do there because just of the nature of it. We can take, let's take one firefly bush and we'll take two of those. Okay, I think with that we can do something nice and simple. Yeah, I mean the weather there was just horrible, and plus there was never anything to do there. I like to do stuff, and there's just nothing to do there. I mean, what is it like? I guess you can like go to Paducah. Like that's like what you can do is like, oh well, we can go to Paducah. Let's start with 12 of these. Can I craft these more? That's literally cost the same, so okay. Actually, need these on the corners. need to pay attention. Alright. Put one here. One here. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna go from 1, 2, 2, and then we're gonna do the double light right there because we did this an even number. Cool. I think that is done. That's a little habitat for the sheep with this. So let's do a little bit of interior decorating. Now let's put some vines up to tie this together with everything. Let's go. Put some there. Let's put some here. It's not necessarily it's not a, I mean, you don't necessarily have to like fill everything up with this, but just like some things here and there. Like we're gonna put very little in here because I really need and you can't put these on, so we're gonna take and we're gonna put one right here, and then we'll put one in this corner right here. That's it, dude. That is all we're gonna do in there, because those sheep are gonna tear that to pieces. So now we need to go do the fun thing, and we need to get some wheat. Well, we need to sleep first. We need to get some wheat, and we need to grab some sheep and just plop them in there. I think what I'm gonna have to do is get a fence post. Let's see, let's grab leads, wheat, and a fence post. Fence post should be over here. Wheat, I have no earthly idea. Treasure chest. There's 4 treasure chests in there. Okay. Here we go. Wheat. Now, sheep always seem to spawn over... Well, sometimes they spawn over here. And when they spawn over here, there's usually a bunch of them. Which is funny, because this is where the wolves spawn as well. So, a lot of times you'll come over here and just see, like, lamb chops and and like freaking wool just like sitting out here. Don't want pigs, don't want piggies. Really, are we not gonna spawn what we need over here? I mean, I guess I could breed some more. But I still need 2 to do that. Horses over here. It's usually almost always a sheep that spawns over here. If I just stand here for a second, maybe something will spawn. I was about to say, I thought I heard one. Come on. Come on, purple sheep. There we go. This may be one of my original sheep, actually. No, not you, Mr. Cow. Because I had died a bunch of sheep, but a bunch of them got away. So I don't think the purple sheep was something. I'm gonna end up killing that cow. I mean, I guess I could put the cow in there too. Why not? Nah, I don't want you. Go away. I don't really want the cow in there. It's bad enough that I'm putting sheep in here. Come here, Mr. Cow. Come on. Come on. Alright, let's get at least one more. I think I want to put 3 in there. Ooh, I could make one of those golden flowers and keep the little one little. Nah, but then I feel bad if it drowns. Oh, sweet. 3. There we go. We'll take all 3 of you. Come on. Come on. Yeah, let's go across the bridge. Let's not fall off the bridge, because that would be dangerously stupid. Which is why I feel like one of you will fall off the bridge. Angel Coin did a good job with that bridge, to be honest with you. Yeah, we can do 4. That's a good number to put in there. Come on. Amazing. I got them all over here without losing one. Yeah, I know. You want to attack them. I do too, but, you know. I need these. Okay, so let me go ahead and close this up, because where is my entrance going to be? My entrance is going to be right here. Okay. Because I have to have an entrance. So we got to get some wood. We got to make a door. I already have doors made. Don't I? Not a single door, huh? What is this? This is birch. Oak. I'm going to use an oak door. I've already got it made. And pretty good. And let's get rid of this, whatever parts of the cow I have left over here. We need to grab some smooth stone while I'm thinking about it. Well, I didn't mean to grab that much, but whatever. Normally, I wouldn't put the door right there like that, but in this case, I'm going to. Alright, now I need to go through here and lash all of them. Like maybe right here for now. Alright, come on. I don't want to take you one at a time, so let's all get through here. Come on. Come on, all of us. Yeah, look at you guys. Like, you're great. Okay. Yeah, stay focused on that wheat now. Alright. Bye-bye. Alright, well, we did it. And some of the stuff needs to be dumped into the storage system. Got our sheep habitat going with 6 sheep in there. Alright. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not yet. grass over here. Let's take this downstairs and let's find a place for this moss. Okay, so what I'm gonna need is 9 plus 2. So 9, 1, 2. So we'll do green moss here. I feel the confusion on your faces. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I need room for... One of the reasons why I don't like sorting before I'm ready is because I have to make build stuff with everything there. Every possible variation of those I need to take care of. So that's probably going to be my next task tonight, is to go ahead and do that. So I can just... So with these, we're going to do... I mean, I didn't have any spaces down here, did I? So I think I filled all those. Oh, I have... No. Those are actually spoken for. Yeah. Yeah, those are spoken for. Those are going to be the other kind of honey blocks. I'm not quite there with the build yet, so I'm just going to keep doing this, and then... Let's check our... Let's go ahead and throw these up here. Alright, blue is on that side, so this is just going to be pink. That's it, just, whoa, I set that to the wrong thing. I don't know why this kelp and cactus ended up over here. Maybe I need to take some of this kelp out and burn it. Our cactus is almost full. Yep, I do need to roast some of this. I can hear the bees right above me. Alright, I need one thing of dried kelp. But then we're gonna drop... actually, let's just take this whole thing with us. What about you? Oh, I can only take... Can I even take one in my inventory? I can't. Ugh. There we go. Look at me actually taking the stairs for once instead of trying to like go the wrong direction. I only started using those stairs yesterday, so you know, you'll have to give me some time to get used to it. As usual, at the end of the day, we are keeping our golems nice and busy. No one gets breaks here. Yeah, I need to get my ender chests all sorted out. Probably don't need 2 things of rockets in there. Definitely don't need all this food in here. And I have an actual place for that. Oh, okay, I don't have a place for that. What the heck? How did I get all this stuff? We'll keep that in there. And we got extra torches. Okay. Alright. Okay. I think we may be at a good stopping point for the night because I don't have enough time to start another project. I'm doing this for almost 4 hours. You drop this kelp in here. And these guys all seem to still be working. Yeah, he's checking that every so often. So good. We got this guy moving around back here. These guys just waiting for stuff to come in here. Well, let's just give you all something to do. Ooh. Leads. If anything, this will put everything in the same place and it'll keep those guys working pretty well. So yeah, I think we made some pretty good progress today. And we are gonna go ahead and sign off for the night. Everybody, I appreciate you spending some time with me. Mincy, I appreciate the raid. And I will be streaming something tomorrow. I may be taking a little break from Minecraft and going back to my Final Fantasy X run. But we're heading into the weekend, so it's just kind of up in the air. So everybody, you guys have a good rest of your day or evening, and we will see you soon. Later.